The quest for presidential assent to the Electoral Act Amendment Bill is the focal point of this stakeholders meeting. Those in attendance here formed the think tank to provide a policy dialogue to firm up loose ends in the Electoral Act Amendment Bill, still awaiting assent of President Muhammadu Buhari.
We are the brain box. We are the intellectual brain box for National Assembly and for all, democratic actors, including the executive. So, and we just believe, as our modest contribution, we want them to take decision, policy, that is, knowledge informed, not policy that is being, guided by primordial or selfish or personal interests.
Waiting until so close to the election to issue a law creates difficulties for the election management body in terms of preparing for elections with integrity.
These experts also review the provisions on direct and indirect party primaries.
We've seen cases where parties introduce criteria that are very alien to the Constitution and the Electoral Act, just as a strategy of excluding candidates or aspirants within the political parties. Now the National Assembly has introduced that, and I definitely see that as a safeguard mechanism that will deepen the transparency of the candidate nomination process.
I think there is a good fundamental democratic principle why you shouldn't allow just direct primaries to be legislated. But there was a political struggle also that factored into it. Now, consensus now emerges, but we also know, as we speak now, there are at least 1 or 2 states where consensus is actually imposed. So when they now say, okay, we agree to consensus, so they have to provide a definition and the steps by steps that need to mean consensus. Otherwise, incumbency factor can also be used to put in candidates and say these candidates have arisen out of a consensus.
They say the decommercialization of election campaign and good electoral law will guarantee electoral integrity.
The new electoral bill seems to have increased what a candidate can expend, and there is a concern that it may keep commercializing the electoral process, and that if you spend so much, then you want to recoup your money, you also want to have dividends on it, so it becomes an investment.
If President Muhammadu Buhari signs the new electoral bill into law, Nigerians will expect a more credible election next year. Mary Chinda, Arise News.